Hey dolls! So this is a very different video, as you can probably see. This is actually going to be my first cooking video. So I'm actually making this sweet potato and coconut soup, which is there, and literally these are the only ingredients I need, which is fab. It does say fish sauce, but I'm going to use soy sauce instead because I don't really want fish sauce with it. So yeah, I've just got to peel my potato and throw things together, so I'm going to show you how I do it and whether it tastes good or not. So stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first thing you do is you get a sweet potato that is about 600 grams. Mine's 660, but I can't really take 60 grams off of it and reuse it again because it won't last. So the first thing you do is you've got to peel it and then you've got to chop it in 2 little cubes. Okay, so now that it's all peeled, apart from obviously the ends, we're going to take a knife and cut the ends off, like so. Now that your ends are completely cut off, we can now start cutting this into cubes. But be careful, especially with cutting, you might want to get a parent or someone to help you with it, but just be really careful not to cut yourself. This can be a bit tough as this sweet potato is a lot harder than a normal potato, so just take your time, don't try and rush it, otherwise you can end up hurting yourself. Continue doing this until the whole spud is cut. Now that your sweet potatoes are in lovely small little chunks, you're going to place them into a pot or pan big enough for your soup to serve 4 people. And then you're going to take some coconut milk, which I have here. This is Blue Dragon coconut milk, and you're just going to pour that in with the rest of the sweet potato. I'm just going to add a little bit of water. To kind of get rid of all those little lumps that we saw earlier in there. And then just add that all in. Now it does look kind of gross, but it will work. Right, now all we're going to do is switch on the pan, bring it to the boil, and then put the lid on and reduce it. So this is what it looks like in the pan. not very pleasant. Once the liquid has boiled, or started to boil, turn it down so it's a light simmer, and then put the lid on and leave it to reduce for about 15 minutes, and then we'll go on to the next stage. Now after 15 minutes it should be a lot more tender. You can test it by kind of crushing some of the pieces. They generally break, which is good. Try and go for some like larger parts, and they generally should squish down and break up. And I realise I moved the camera then. Don't be worried about the kind of frothy mess that is still the coconut, but because all of this is going to be blended together, you're not going to notice it. So, but if your bits are still a bit hard, keep them in for a little bit longer until they are tender. So on to the next stage. Now that the stuff is all tender and starting to break up, we are now going to take some sweet chili sauce. This is the Blue Dragon one, and we're going to get 4 tablespoons of this and put it into our soup. One, 2, 3, 4. Now, as this is the first time I'm ever actually trying this, I don't 100% know if it's going to be too spicy or not, but I'm going to see how it goes with the actual amount. And then I'm also going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce. Now this is the light one. I'm not 100% sure what's the difference between light and dark, but the ingredients don't actually state whether it's a light or dark one, so I'm just going to use a light one for this cooking tutorial and see what it tastes like. You only need 1 tablespoon. You can use fish sauce as well, but I don't really have any, and I didn't really want any fish sauce in my food. And that's it. That's all you do, and that's all your ingredients in. Now we just stir this up together just to make sure that it's kind of mixed into the cooking sauce. It smells really good. Like, it smells almost, I don't know, like Asian, kind of like that cuisine. It smells really good. I'm really looking forward to eating this. So I'm just breaking up some of the chunks to smaller chunks, just so that they're a lot more broken up, because it is going to be blended up. But it's up to you. If you have like a very strong blender, then you don't really have to, but I only have mine, so it kind of needs to have a little bit softer chunks. Now this is what it finally looks like. It has gone slightly more orange, and I believe the steam is reflecting on the lens. But yes, you can, you could smell this. It is amazing. Now you've just got to let it cool down so that it can be blended, or well, I have to cool mine down because my blender doesn't take hot stuff. But yes, you just leave it to kind of settle, and then you blend it in, and we'll move on to the next stage when it's cool. Hey dolls, so I realised that I completely forgot to film the blending and then just the re-cooking, but literally it's just putting the food into a blender and then once it's all blended, putting it back into the pan and then just cooking it until it's boiled and ready to eat. I personally absolutely loved it, though I did find it was a little too creamy. I realised that I'm showing you the empty bowl because I forgot to film while I was eating it, but I did take a picture. It was really good. I would definitely recommend this recipe, which will be listed down on the description bar below, and I'll also put it into my blog if you want to take a look at it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe if you're not, and let me know down below if you've tried it and what you thought of it, and what you want me to do next. See you later, bye!